What's going on, dudes? It is Kolosalus here. A little bit of a different video. That's what I wanted to start on this channel for a long time, but only now have I gotten the possibility to do it. But anyway, today I wanted to kind of do a roundup of what happened in the first day of Blizzcon for Heroes of the Storm, as this channel kind of focuses on it, if you know what I mean. So we have two new heroes. We have a new map for the Brawl mode, and you know, among some other also announcements. So we're gonna go over the heroes again. So here rolls the Varian trailer.
If our enemies demand war, then they shall have it. Your defenses are nothing. You will break. Come and see why they call me Logos. For the glory of the Alliance.
Right, so that was super cool. I think he's gonna be one of my favorite heroes. I already said to my girlfriend that when he comes out, I'm just gonna get him to level 21st. Probably not true, but still, I think he's pretty cool. We're gonna go over his talents and abilities here. So, Varian, the High King of Alliance, will go live on November 15th. So, on November 11th, you guys actually can't see this, but on November 11th, the 7th, which is in 2 days, he comes out on the PTR, in 3 days, sorry, 3 days. And then a week after, he's gonna go live on the live servers. He's a first multi-class hero, and we've got an overview of his talents and abilities. So he's first hero to be what he wants him to be. So he's gonna be obviously very good for quick match, right? Like you go into quick match and you're missing a warrior, bam, there you go. He's a warrior slash assassin, if you guys didn't know. If you go into a quick match, you have like 2 supports, a medivh, and I don't know, like 2 warriors. Boom, there you go. You can go as as an assassin, which is pretty cool. So we're gonna go over how he can do that in a second. So, but first of all, let's go over his abilities. He has his Q ability, which is called FANG. It costs 60 mana, which is not too bad. Cooldown 8 seconds, again not too bad. Create a shockwave that travels in a straight line, dealing 156 damage. I probably think he does at level 1. And then 4% per level, and slowing enemies by 30% for 1.5 seconds. So really good for chasing, really good for finishing, and probably engaging as well. If the enemy team is retreating and you try to basically maybe get, I wonder if this travels through enemies. If it doesn't, if it just stops on the first enemy, it's not as good. But if it actually travels through, then it might actually be good for for engaging into team fights and stuff like that, and even just chasing after your adversaries. On his W ability, he has a very, I think this is going to be overpowered, but mana 15, so it costs pretty much no mana. Charge cooldown 10 seconds, which is just a very low cooldown. Parry all incoming basic attacks for 0.75 seconds, reducing their damage by 100%. And he can have 2 charges of that. That is just crazy. That is so good. That's like Illidan's evasion, but you can actually choose when you use it. So you see a lot of damage coming your way, boom, you pop it once, but then maybe you disengage and you want to engage again. You see the damage coming again, boom. With Illidan, you can only pop it once, and it's of course it's for a longer time, but it's just maybe the damage will be there, but maybe it won't be there. You know, maybe people will just stop focusing you and you just wasted your cooldown. With this one, you have 2. So if you think there's a lot of focus coming, you pop it and nothing happens, you can still pop it again when the actual damage does happen. So I think this is going to be much more powerful than Illidan's evasion. Charge is going to be really cool as well. Mana 50, cooldown 16 seconds. By the way, the range in this is pretty small, so you really have to. It's going to be like it's going to be kind of like a ganking, kind of waiting for a stun follow-up afterwards. Just because, listen to this: charge to the target enemy, dealing 52 damage. Again, I believe this is at level 1. 4% per level, and slowing them by 75%, which is a huge slow if you think about it, since from level 1. For 0.75 seconds. Hopefully there's going to be a talent, I guess we're just going to find out, but hopefully there's going to be a talent that extends that period. But so again, it's a very brief slow, kind of just kind of maybe setting up for a potential stun lock, for a potential follow-up and stuff like that. So again, very good for, again, ganking, but also chasing. But again, I have to mention that the range in this is pretty small. Heroic Strike. It is his trait. Every 18 seconds, your next basic attack deals 129 bonus damage. Basic attacks reduce this cooldown by 2 seconds, which is just, you know, kind of very good for a warrior, for an assassin, or anything. Just some more bonus damage on that hero that, you know, maybe you're chasing or something is really strong. It's also worth mentioning that you don't actually have to hit anything to get this back. So when you're traveling between lanes, you're pretty much going to have it ready when you arrive at the lane you are traveling to, especially on the bigger maps, which is pretty good. You don't have to you don't have to set up in any way. You don't have to hit, you know, like maybe with Samuro you have to hit something twice and then you just move away to have that 3rd strike or the 4th strike ready for that burst damage. With him, it'll be purely dependent on the cooldown, which is pretty awesome. Right, the talents. It will be harder to do than the theory craft that I'm gonna do later on when he actually comes out on the PTR. But again, it's just to get the feel of it. So we have Lion Maw, which is the first talent. It's a questing talent. Every time Lion's Fang hits a hero, increases damage by 4. So pretty standard, up to 120. So just increasing the Q damage even more. Reward. After hitting 30 heroes, the slow is increased to 40%, which is pretty big. And the duration is decreased to 2 seconds. So it's a half-second increase plus a 10% increase, plus the damage increase up to 120. I don't know how much I like that, but let's see overpower. When you parry a hero's basic attack, Heroic Strike's cooldown is refreshed. Can only occur once per cast. That is crazy. That seems already crazy to me. So when you parry a hero's basic attack, any basic attack coming, you know, between that 0.75 seconds, which is very easy to hit, you get a you basically refresh the cooldown of your heroic strike, which means you can deal much more damage in next basic attack. Very good for burst. I'm not sure how good it's going to be for his survivability. On the other hand, High King's quest. There's 3 quests in here, by the way. So hit 50 heroes with basic attacks, that's going to be pretty easy. Participate in 5 hero takedowns, that's going to be pretty easy. And then you also have gather 20 regeneration globes. When you complete a quest, gain 10 attack damage. When you complete all 3 quests, gain additional 30 attack damage. So it's up to 60 attack damage. Not sure how good that's going to be. I really wonder what is going to be his, like, just base attack damage. But it seems like something. I mean, Assassin doesn't want to be sitting in the lane gathering globes. I guess 20 is not bad. But again, it doesn't give you any more survivability. So I really wonder what is going to be the choice here. I really like Overpower, and I really like High King's Quest. Not sure about the Lion Maw, on the other hand. I don't think the 2 seconds and the 40% is going to be enough to justify it. But we're gonna see. We're gonna see. I might be wrong. On level 4, we have 2 only, and that's where you can choose where you go an Assassin or you go as a warrior. So you have Shield Wall. Parry now makes you protected, preventing all incoming damage for a duration. Whoa, that is really powerful. Every 10 seconds you can make yourself protected, preventing all incoming damage rather than just... Whoa, that is really good. Warbringer. Charge no stuns the target for Charge now stuns the target for 0.75 seconds instead of slowing them, and its cooldown is reduced by 8 seconds. So it becomes an 8-second cooldown. That might just be much stronger just because of the stun. The stun, like, warriors need a stun, but again, shield wall is going to be really good for your survivability. So I wonder if maybe later on you can pick up something that really makes it worth picking up Warbringer, but then you can also spec for the survivability of a warrior. Level 7. Live by the sword. Increase the duration of parry by 33%. So there you go. Increase it to kind of like a so it's going to be actually up to 1 second. If you block at least 2 hero basic attacks with a single parry, its cooldown is reduced by 3 seconds. So it's going to be reduced to 7 seconds. The charge cooldown, which I guess is pretty good. Not gonna happen always, but it's sometimes gonna happen. Second Wind, pretty similar naming convention to Muradin. Basic attacks heal you for 1% of your maximum health. That's really good. While below 50% health, they also heal you for 50% of the damage dealt. That is really strong. And then Victory Rush. Every 60 seconds, your next basic attack will heal you for 417 health. Plus 4% per level. When a nearby enemy minion dies, the cooldown is reduced by 15 seconds. That seems pretty strong as well. Especially on like Tomb of the Spider Queen when there's just minions dying left and right. So when 1 minion dies, so it's enough that 4 minions will die in the lane and you can just have it instantly, which is pretty good. Yeah, so I think on like slower maps on faster maps like Tomb of the Spider Queen is going to be really strong. Okay, on level 10 he has 3 heroics to choose from. He has Taunt, mana 40, cooldown 25 seconds, which is a very low cooldown. Force the target hero to attack you for 1.25 seconds. Passive. Maximum health increased by 50%, so this makes you 100% warrior. And attack speed is reduced by 25%. Then you have the Colossal Smash. Smash a target enemy, dealing 194 damage, plus 4% per level, and making them vulnerable for 3 seconds. 3 seconds is a very long time. Very long time. Passive attack damage increased by 75% and maximum health reduced by only 10%. So this makes you like a hybrid. Maybe. Or maybe just makes you an assassin. Twin Blades. Basic attacks reduce heroic strikes cooldown by 9 seconds. So instead of this 2-second reduction. And increase your movement speed by 30% for 2 seconds. Passive attack damage increased by 100%. Passive attack damage reduced. Attack speed increased by 100%. Passive attack damage reduced by 25%. So this makes you actually a hybrid because it doesn't reduce your health in any way. This makes you a warrior. This makes you 100% assassin. The Colossal Smash, and then this makes you a hybrid. Okay. On level 13. Which one of these is going to be the best? It's all up to you. If you want to be a tank, Taunt is going to be your choice. If you want to be an assassin, this one to be your choice. If you picked up maybe some survivability in the early game and maybe in late game, you might go for a hybrid build. Awesome, awesome. Banner of the Stormwind. And what's actually cool about them is when you put the banner down, apparently the song from each of these cities is going to be playing, which is pretty awesome. So when you play a Varian, you have to have your sound up. A banner of Stormwind, cooldown 45 seconds. Activate to place a banner that grants 25% increased movement speed to nearby allies. Last 12 seconds, and that's about it. So a 25 increased movement speed to all allies. So something like kind of a reversed, and also a much larger area totem that Rhaegar has. It's pretty similar to how that works, but it's reversed because it gives movement speed and it actually lasts much longer. Not sure how long. I think it's 8 seconds for the totem, so it does last 4 seconds longer than that. Banner of Ironforge. Activate to place a banner that grants resistant to nearby allied heroes, reducing the damage taken by 25%. That is crazy. You place it in the place that the enemies cannot destroy it, and your team just 100% has a 25% reduction. And by the way, the area on this is pretty huge, so it's gonna be good. I think Banner Ironforge takes it so far. Banner of Dalaran. Activate to place a banner that grants 20% increased ability power to nearby allied heroes. So this is very only specific for high ability damage comps. So Lime, Kel'Thas, Jane, something like that. So I think the Ironforge would take it all the time. I think it's just straight up better. It grants more survivability not only to you, but to also all of your entirety of your friendly team, which is pretty huge. 25% reduced damage is crazy. Taken, of course, assuming that the enemy team cannot kill the actual banner. Level 16, Juggernaut. Charge deals bonus damage to heroes equal to 5% of their maximum health, but there's no healing out of that, so Mortal Strike. Heroes hit by Heroic Strike receives 40% reduced healing for 4 seconds. That is okay, that seems okay, especially against someone like a Morales or maybe Oriel or Uther, who very much specify on just keeping that one target alive. Shattering Throw. Activate to throw a sword. Deals 52 damage, plus 4% per level to the target, and up to 1,457 damage to their shields. So that is... Ooh, so you pick it up to counter Tassadar, Zarya, or Abathur, to just 100% just annihilate their shields straight away. That seems legit. And then your basic attacks heal up to 200% bonus damage to shields. Your basic attacks heal up to 200% bonus damage to shields. Deal. Okay, your basic attacks deal up to 200% bonus damage to shields. So again, this Shattering Throw is really strong against just any shielding, and I actually like that. So Zarya is going to be countered by that talent. Not just purely by the character, but by the talent. And also Tassadar. I really like this design. So if the enemy team has a lot of shielding in it, you just straight away go for this. Also, Protective Shield is going to be much less strong. Actually, it's going to be less stronger. It's going to be less strong. Sorry. I really like that design. Anyway, level 20, Vigilance. Being hit by hero basic attack, reduce the cooldown of taunt by 1 second, which I guess is the increase. It's the upgrade to your taunt. Master at Arms. Colossus smash damages all enemies near your target and its cooldown is reduced by 10 seconds, so it's only on 15-second cooldown. Frenzy. Twin Blades of Fury. Increase your basic attack speed by an additional 15%, and basic attack increase your movement speed by an additional 10%. So again, just kind of increasing further. It's not a big increase, I'm not sure if it's ever going to be picked up. Glory of the Alliance. Allied heroes near your banner also receive 50% increased healing, and its cooldown is reduced by 20 seconds. That's really strong. Demoralizing Shout. Activate to demoralize nearby enemy heroes, reducing damage they deal by 25%. Whoa! So you dive into the back line, you do the demoralizing shout, and then they just flat do less damage. That is really strong. That is really, really strong. I already see the plays where you place the banner of Ironforge, then you charge at the back line. Of course, it's not going to happen every single time. I wonder how big the area is of the demoralize. So it's like it's a little bit of a smaller shrink rate in an area. It doesn't slow them, but just reduces their damage. That's going to be pretty strong. So Glory of the Alliance is going to be really strong. Demoralizing Shout is going to be really strong. So Glory of the Alliance is going to be really strong with AoE healers like Brightwing, like Oriel, and also strong with like heroics, with like the Lily's Jugs or with the Tranquility. But then this is going to be really strong against like high damage comps, like high blow up comps. So I really wonder how people are going to build them. I know I'm going to, I don't have a build for now that I'm going to build them with, but I'm definitely going to come up with one when he comes out on the PTR. So stay on the lookout for that. Anyway, we're going to take a look at Ragnaros now, so enjoy the trailer.
Behold Ragnaros!
SULFURAS will be their end.
There you go. So that was awesome. I do believe this hero is going to be really hard to balance, but we're going to see what's going to happen with him. He's going to be coming a month after, I believe, around the month, 4 weeks after Varian, I believe. Last time you've beaten the Fire Lord in the Firelands, now he's coming to the Nexus, and here is an overview of his talents and abilities. Main abilities. So it's best to talk about his trait first. Molten Core. Cooldown is 100 seconds, and channel on an allied or destroyed fort or keep to unleash your full power. You replace the fort or keep temporarily, gain new abilities, and have 4,156 health plus 4% per level. That burns away over 18 seconds. When your health is fully depleted, you return to your original form. You do not die. That is going to be really strong ability, very good for kind of surprising maybe an enemy. Maybe your friendly team is maybe retreating, and you jump into a fort and you just provide them with with all of that damage you can do. It's crazy. So you have two forms. You have your normal form and then your kind of full form inside of a fort. So first of all, his key ability is called Empower SULFURAS. Your next basic attack is instant, dealing 222 damage, plus 4% per level in an area that heals you for 20% of the damage dealt. This healing is doubled versus heroes. I wonder if it's 20%, it takes the number and it's like times 2, or is it 40%? The scaling might be a little bit different. That's why I'm wondering. And then in the Molten Core version, you have Molten Swing, stun and damage nearby enemies. By the way, it's like a swing. Very much like the Leoric swing. He just swings right in front of him. You can actually see it right in here. So he swings from here, 180 degrees. Maybe it's not full 180 degrees, but you swing, deal damage, and you stun everybody, which is pretty cool. What the previous line means is that the ability is changed to Molten Swing during Molten Core. Yeah. So again, when you're in your trait, your Q changes. Living Meteor, very high mana cost, I think, for 12 can go down. Summon a meteor that at the target point that deals 80 damage, plus 4 per level. It then rolls in the target direction, dealing 560 damage. So it does very small damage on the impact, but when it rolls, it deals damage. I guess it's a DOT over 2 seconds because it says 2 seconds. So I'm really wondering about that. I wonder if it only can apply once, or does it apply multiple times when it's rolling through a target. I wonder. And then in the Molten Core version, you have Meteor Shower, summon a line of meteors. So I guess just kind of like maybe when you're inside of a Commander Odin and you have this like Q line in front of you. I guess that might be very similar. Blast Wave is your E ability. Ignite yourself or an ally, granting 25% movement speed for 1.5 seconds, then causing a fiery explosion that deals 108 damage to nearby enemies. That's pretty cool. So you kind of, this could be used as an escape, just to give them a little bit of movement speed and some surprise damage if people try to chase. It's also the area on it is pretty big, as I saw from the trailer, so, and you saw it as well. So I'm not sure how good it's going to be. Also very good for engaging, so you put it on someone like an ETC, you can just engage right in with a Q, and then your heal is going to deal much more damage. And Molten Core, Explosive Ruin, cause a delayed explosion in a large area. Again, it seems pretty strong for like defending and just dealing damage when you're on your Molten Core version. So his talents: Sulfuras Hunter. Every time you kill a minion with Empower Sulfuras, its damage is increased by 1% up to 30. So it's a questing talent. Reward: after killing 30 enemies, increase its damage. Sorry, after killing 30 minions, increases damage by additional 90. So it's not heroes, it's minions, and that's going to be actually pretty easy to do because it deals a lot of damage. So it's very similar to how Taste for Blood works, but it's, you know, it has much lower cap, much lower limit. You have the next one, Shifting Meteor. After hitting 50 heroes with Living Meteor, its duration is increased by 30%, and you can recast the ability to change its direction once per cast. 50 heroes seems like a lot. Not sure. So again, this kind of comes down to if you can hit heroes, if you can apply this DOT multiple times, you know, just during one hit. I wonder. So again, it just comes down to that. Then you have Engulfing Flame. Blast Wave cooldown is reduced by 2 seconds, and its radius is increased by 15%. Seems legit. Again, you have 2 questing talents, and you can also go for like a stable talent that's not questing, that you do not have to actually try for. Seems legit. Level 4, Fire Ward. When Living Meteor hits an enemy hero, you gain a charge of Spell Block, reducing damage from the next enemy ability against you by 50%. Really pretty strong. It doesn't say for how long, so I'm just gonna say it right now. That's probably infinite. So you gain it, and then it's there with you up until you spend it. Pretty strong, very strong actually. Slow Burn. Blast Wave slows enemies hit by 40% for 2 seconds. So Blast Wave is your E. Yeah, it's something that you put on it. Okay, so I guess very good for engaging, I'm guessing. Because the slow is going to apply after the movement speed expires. So very good for engaging. Not that good for disengaging, just because again the slow is going to apply after he uses the movement speed. Catching Fire. It's a quest. Gathering a regeneration globe increases your health regeneration by 2 per second, up to 30. After gathering 15 regeneration globes, you can activate Catching Fire to gain resistant for 3 seconds, reducing the damage taken by 25%. I wonder what's the cooldown on it. They didn't actually say. I would probably say about 30 seconds. 30 to 60 seconds. I would probably say. But this seems pretty strong. Very good for survivability. So again, the first one gives you... so these two are for survivability, gives you a spell block, and then the regeneration plus the resistant. I think the Catching Fire is going to be the strongest. And then the Slow Burn is going to be good for, like, again, engaging comps and stuff like that. Hand of Ragnaros. If Empower Sulfuras hits at least 2 enemy heroes with Q ability, it restores 10 mana and its cooldown is reduced by 2 seconds. Molten Power. Each enemy hit by Living Meteor increases the damage of your next Living Meteor by 15%, up to a maximum of 75. Pretty strong. Superheated. When you cast the Blast Wave on yourself, it deals 100% increased damage. Okay, I see. So maybe this is gonna be strong. Catching fire into superheated. Seems legit. Level 10, Sulfurus Smash. Hull Sulfurus at the target area. I guess it's gonna be Hurl Sulfurus at the target area. It lands after 0.75 seconds, dealing so much damage. Enemies in the center take additional damage. So pretty much it's very similar to how the flare works. The arcane flare from Brightwing, and also Dragon's Eye from Chromie. An additional 374 damage and are stunned. Oh, it's a stun. So if people in the center will be stunned for a very brief period, it's a half a second. And then Lava Wave, that's what's exciting to me. It's a pretty much an 100-second cooldown to clear a minion wave. Release a wave of lava for from your core that travels down the targeted lane, dealing 603 damage per second to non-structure enemies in its path and instantly killing enemy minions. Damage increases by 33% per versus heroes. So really strong on like Brux's holdout, but really strong against like split pushing. So for example, let's say Zagara is split pushing and she has one wave just 100% locked down for her. She has a lot of creep, she has a lot of minions down there, she's pushing. You post it down, it's a very high chance she's gonna die, but also her creep is going to die and the minions are going to just be 100% cleared off. So very, he's gonna be really strong. He's gonna be really good. But again, you choose between team fighting heroic, the Sulfurus Smash, or kind of like a utility heroic where your friendly team doesn't need to go back to defend. You basically just put down your lava wave and it just clears the entire wave for you. It's pretty strong. It seems very strong to me. Cauterized Wounds. Empower Sulfurus heals you for an additional 60% of the damage dealt to heroes over 2 seconds, so it's a heal over time. And this seems very strong because it's 100% of your damage dealt to heroes. Whoa. Whoa. Tempered Flame. When Blast Wave damages an enemy hero, you gain a shield equal to 100% of the damage dealt for 3 seconds. Okay, so it's your E ability. It's very good for engaging. Is it the target that, because Blast Wave is your E ability, yeah. Is it your target or is it just you that gets the shield? I guess it's just you who gains shield. So I don't know if that's strong. If it will be the target that's gaining shield, that's pretty good. Submerge. Activate to place yourself in the stasis and heal for 624 health. So again, all three of those are kind of survivability tools again. So you get survivability tools at level 4, and then survivability tools at level 13. Level 16, Giant Scorcher, and again, just a little bit of Giant Killer. Empowers Sulfurus burns enemies, heroes for 6% of their additional health over 3 seconds, so again, a DOT. This additional damage does not heal you, okay? That's fine. Seems very strong against, again, just double warrior comps, maybe someone like Cho'Gall. Meteor Bomb. Living Meteor explodes at the end of its path, dealing 229 damage to all nearby enemies. Pretty bad, I think. It's going to be really hard to just kind of aim it in a way where it actually is going to deal damage. Maybe useful, maybe not, I'm not sure. And Blast Echo. After Blast Wave explodes, cast another Blast Wave on yourself. Can only occur once per cast. Okay, so you give it to somebody. Once that explodes, there's another one on you. Okay, I see, it's pretty strong. Flames, so I already see a very nice E build. Flames of Sulfuran. Sulfurus Smash slows enemies for 50% for 2 seconds, and enemies in the center are stunned for additional 0.5 seconds. So it's going to be an overall 1 second stun and a lot of slow to the enemies. I wonder if the slow applies after the stun. I think it's going to be before the stun, so it's going to be only 1 second slow for the stunned enemies. Lava Surge. Lava Wave gains an additional charge and its cooldown reduced by 10 seconds. Wow. Wow. There's going to be no pushing at all against Ragnaros. Lava... okay, Heroic difficulty. Your health and damage are increased by 50% while in damage core, and its cooldown is reduced by 50 seconds. This is not going to be that strong, I don't think. Just because it's actually... because it's very much dependent on your positioning rather than anything else. So I don't think it's going to be that strong, this heroic difficulty. So I think Lava Surge is going to be the way to go. Or if you go for the team fighting heroic, which you probably not, most aren't going to go for, you probably pick up that increase. Right, so that was Ragnaros. Seems very interesting. Seems really broken for now. Seems like a very strong hero to me. They wanted to have this kind of raid boss feel, but I'm not sure how that is going to be on just a single player hero. I know, you know, they can make it a little bit on a Cho'Gall because it's 2 players in one, so you know, it's supposed to be super powerful. We're not sure how it is going to work on a Ragnaros. It's a single player doing all that damage. We're gonna see. We're gonna see. We have some more exciting news to show you guys. So here we go. It is called the Team Up to Conquer the Nexus Challenge. Nexus Challenge. It is going to be between November 15th, so it starts in 10 days, and January 4th. So it's about almost 2-month period that you have to complete it. There you go. Your challenge should you choose to accept it is to party up with 1 or more of your friends and play at least 15 Heroes of the Storm games in co-op versus AI. Quick match, unranked draft, or ranked games between November 15th and January 4th. Upon doing so, you will be handsomely rewarded in sweet in-game loot in both Overwatch and Heroes of the Storm. Better yet, those of you fancy yourself overachievers can continue your campaign through Nexus by completing 30 games to add even more to your growing Heroes of the Storm collections. Complete 15 Heroes of the Storm games with a friend before time runs out during the Nexus Challenge, and you'll pick up the following in-game rewards for Overwatch and Heroes of the Storm. So, for Overwatch rewards, you'll be getting an Oni Genji skin. Genji, obviously a very popular character. Oni Genji portrait and Oni Genji spray. In Heroes of the Storm, you'll be getting the portrait and Zarya hero. Obviously one of the newest heroes, very good for just in the current meta. So very good. So that's after 15 games, and after 30 games, upon your game up your game by completing 30 Heroes of the Storm matches during the Nexus Challenge, and you will earn a boatload of additional rewards that could turn all Captain Black Hearts greener with envy. Heroes of the Storm rewards. You will be getting Oriel, obviously one of the better healers in the game. Greymane, kinda fell out of the meta, but he's still okay. Kerrigan, one of the best melee assassins in the game. Li Ming, obviously she's very strong, she's very frequently picked. Orochi hover cycle mount, so a nice swag to put yourself into, and a 30-day free stim pack. Super good, and this is going to be a very exciting 15 games for me when I stream, when I play with, you know, just with my friends and stuff. It's going to be like 2 days. I'm afraid. So I'll be getting, actually I won't be getting any heroes, but apparently you're supposed to be getting gold rather than the heroes if you already have them. So it's pretty awesome, but I'm still gonna do it, you know, just to get the portraits, the Orochi hover cycle, and the 30 days free stim pack. It's gonna be pretty sick. The next one, so this is actually the screen which they when they announced the Nexus Challenge. You can see that is going to be the portrait and the skin in the Overwatch. That's Zarya, Kerrigan, Oriel, Li Ming, Greymane. That's going to be the Orochi mount, the 30-day stim pack, and also the couple portraits that you get for Overwatch and of the Orochi skin. 15 games, 30 games. Awesome. New map is going to be the Black Heart's Revenge, but it's only a map for the brawls. What does it go how does it run? What is the goal? So one team is defending, one team is attacking, from what I'm seeing. The attacking team tries to defend the ship until it destroys the enemy core. The defending team is trying to kill the Blackheart ship before it gets to the core and destroys it. So but what it also might be is both teams can be attacking and defending at the same time. So you have two Blackheart ships going, and both teams can cannonball them, and both teams have to defend their ships, and whichever gets first. That's kind of more makes sense. I would actually want to see something like that. It's kind of like operations in Battlefield 1, where one team is just 100% defending, one team is just 100% losing. Not losing, but 100% attacking. 100% losing, that would be good. Yeah, so you have some screens. You can see that's the cannonball, I'm believing. He's actually channeling to maybe shoot it. Then there is, you gather cannonballs. Probably there's going to be like tunneling, so you can get from one end of the map to another end of the map. It's going to be pretty cool. So he's channeling to get those cannonballs. And then it looks like this is the Blackheart ship that is, they're actually cannoning it right now. But I think it is just traveling along, you know, its path to the core. Pretty cool. I had the layout of the map somewhere, but I couldn't find it anywhere right now, so I'm just gonna roll without it. Those are some just random changes. Even farther ahead, we have battle swaps and hero swaps in draft mode, battleground rotation, just because we have way too many, especially with the Haunted Mines returning. But yes, that's right, the Haunted Mines are returning to Heroes of the Storm, but they're reworked. I'm going to show you guys in a second. So battleground rotation. So maybe for 1 week you're going to get those battlegrounds, and for other weeks you're going to get other battlegrounds, and you know it might just rotate like that. It seems pretty cool to me. So hero swaps and draft. It is not like Overwatch like you see in here, but again, if one of your teammates, let's say, how can I explain this? I feel like what it's going to be, it is going to be like, for example, you pick up a hero in Hero League, but you're not good at him. But somebody else in your team is, but they picked up a hero that you're good at. So you can just swap. You can give them the hero that they feel comfortable with, and they're gonna give you the hero that you're comfortable with. I feel like that is what is going to happen. That's what hero swaps will mean, and also integrated Blizzard voice chat. So I'm excited about this just because, you know, it's sometimes hard to type everything, but again, this might increase the toxicity in the game. So might be a hit or might be a miss. So we're gonna see. I hope that they implement it well, so you have an option to maybe to opt out, or to just kind of mute your microphone so people won't hear you. Just that kind of stuff. I hope that's going to be very well implemented, so people who do not like this feature, they're not going to be forced to just do it. You know what I mean? So here are the new the changes and the new map layout to 100 Mines. So you can see not a lot has changed in the lanes themselves, but you can see there are 4 entrances now to the mine, so you're not forced into entering the two. You can go for the much safer route and enter through the route closest to your core. I also know that for sure that this is going to be a camp, and this is going to be a camp of mercenaries, and there are also going to be 2 over here. Those have been replaced from bruiser camps and the giants to apparently the sappers that are available on the Towers of Doom map. So it seems pretty interesting. It used to be there was one bruiser camp in the middle lane, I think. I mean in the middle, not in the middle lane, but just in the middle. And there were 2 giants camps on the 2 sides, and there were only 2 entrances. So now there are 4 entrances and 2 sappers, and we're going to see what those are going to be, because if they're going to be sappers, that's cool. If not, then we're just going to see what they are. So that's the new layout, and this is going to be the layout of the inside when you actually go down. So this is going to be the entrance from the blue side, from the red side, and from both sides. You can see that the golem now is right in the middle, and probably the skulls are going to be spawning here, 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 and kind of symmetrically on the other side as well. Seems very interesting. It's actually a much larger area now, so there's going to be a much less room for any kind of error. Haunted Mines. Golem Swap spawn changed, so I'm not sure how that worked, but I guess we're gonna see it under PTR. Mercs camps changed, yeah, I already talked about that, and mine layout reworked. I've already talked about that as well. Very, very cool. Some more changes to the ranked kind of system. Test for the future seasons. Hero League is solo only, that's what I like. And then Team League is going to be 2, 3, and 5s. Yeah, so no 4, just because you can't queue up a solo into Team League. Which should bring more people into Team League and maybe a little bit less people into Hero League. I mean, they might actually balance out. Potential benefits. Hero League reflects personal skill, so only one person. I just 100% like that. Hero League, I feel like is going to be... Right now, you have much better chance at getting high with duo queuing with your friend than you do at solo queuing. So again, I really, really like this change. And it actually might make people go into Team League. And it might actually make Team League much like less serious, right? So for now, only 5s go into Team League. Whereas, but it also can be unbalanced, right? So, for example, your team is made out of a 2Q and a 3Q, but the other team is made out of a 5Q. So obviously, without the integration of voice chat, that actually might be a big problem, just because you have 2 different groups against one united unit. So again, that poses some more issues, but it's much better than the current system still. Yep, so that's that. And then also progression update. That's going to be uncapped progression, hero level requirements lowered, and now account level is equal to your total hero level. So for me, it'll be like 516. I actually did play a lot of heroes, and I do have pretty high level with all of them. But for somebody who just like focuses on just one hero, you know, their progression is going to be much lower, right? What they also want to do is they want to have uncapped progression on the heroes. So the more you play it, you're still going to be going up. You're still going to be getting rewards, which is pretty good, right? So what I would suggest doing now is actually, if you haven't played any Heroes of the Storm yet, go into it now. Get the rewards before they get destroyed, right? Because before they destroy the level 40 cap, before they destroy the progression, and then once the new role starts, you're gonna get the new you're gonna probably get the rewards for getting so many levels or stuff like that. And also they say frequent rewards, which means when you progress, you're gonna be getting rewards, more rewards, and that's gonna be just infinite. Of course, it's gonna get harder and harder just because, you know, the hero levels when they go up. I'm guessing what they should do is kind of increase the level of XP you need every single level that you progress, so people can just have like 125 level of Kill Fast or Alarak or whoever they play. But it's just scales down, you know, so maybe like 61 is going to be really hard to get. It will require thousands and thousands of game, you know what I mean? So it shouldn't be like now, like pretty much from level 10 to level 11 is pretty much the same as it is from 10 to 12, from 12 to 13, and 12 to 13 to 14. It's pretty much the same. I would really want them to see after level 10 kind of just a small increase in XP needed to get every single level. That's what I would like to see. Again, we'll see how they implement this, and I'm actually super excited for the changes incoming to Heroes of the Storm. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video and this kind of a roundup video. Tell me what you are excited most about from the entire BlizzCon event, and not just Heroes of the Storm, but just purely the entire thing. I'm really excited about the new cards, of course, in Hearthstone, but Diablo 1 rework and Diablo 3, and also the new class in Diablo 3, which is going to be the Necromancer. Very, very excited about that, and also some changes that are coming to the game. But again, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, leave that like rating. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much to Royalite Wing for allowing me to use his tweets. And just thank you to also Icy Veins for kind of rounding up the talents and the abilities of both heroes. I'll just see you guys later. Peace!